still, a 1-1 draw against Exeter this afternoon. Your thoughts on that?
I'm delighted to have got something from the game. We knew this was going to be a tough one. Beat Bury here, beat Wickham here. We tried to be a bit too expensive, and we didn't want to be too expensive. We wanted to try and counter-attack. First half, although we scored, I think we was great. Second half, we went with 2 up, matched up on a diamond, which we don't normally play, so it wasn't that familiar to us. But we were better. Counter-attacking, I think we should have got something out of that, but we didn't. And it's difficult to explain really, but Lacey was coming on for Scott just as they scored. Scott, for whatever reason, had run out a bit of petrol. He was struggling just a little bit, so we'd had everything done to change. We worked so hard in the week. We knew how they would play, switch to play diagonally, try and get down the side for the crosses. Don't dive in. And the one time we dived in, it's a penalty. And more experience than that, Scotty, you know, he should do better. But we couldn't make the change. That's not blaming him because, as I said, he perhaps wasn't right. He should have stood on his feet. By which time then they've scored and we've made the change. But overall, away from home, sides they've beat here, I'm delighted to have got something from the game here.
You mentioned the opening goal. Let's just focus on the positives to start with. Scott doesn't score many in Luton colours. I think that's 2 in 68 games for him now.
Not bad for a left back though.
No, great header though, wasn't it? Early in the game.
No, it was. And I thought we sort of settled quite comfortable, but they played they alternated between three up front and a diamond, and we sort of threw us out a little bit, but we changed at half time, got 2 up front, and I was happy with that, you know. I was really happy with that. I was happy with, you know, our commitment and how hard we worked was good. Could have done a bit better with the ball in the second half because we had 2 up, and just thought our final pass, final ball just wasn't quite, you know, a few half chances. But as I said, away from home to a team that's got a record not too dissimilar to us, you know, you've got to be happy with that. If we come to Exeter on this run, if we'd have gone to Wickham, you know, they're up the top, you go to Bury, you go to Shrewsbury, you've got to be disappointed, you've got to be happy to take something from the game. And I am happy to have taken something.
You'll be disappointed you haven't been able to call on Alex Lawless and Pelly Ruddock in today's game. That's obviously affected your starting 11 and formations and the like.
Because we're changing again and you want to get away from it. I'm changing, but there's nothing we can do. That's what it was, and it's what it was. So we have to move on from that.
Are you hopeful those 2 players will be back?
They'll both be fine next week. Well, at the moment they'll both be fine next week. Yes.
Right, and of course out there changes were to be made. You said the side didn't really settle in the first half. There was only really 1 chance on goal, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you put that down to?
I think the fact that they played a diamond, and it just threw us out a little bit, and we couldn't get. We couldn't actually get enough of the ball by playing the 1 up front. That's why we went to 2 in the second half, and we matched up with a diamond, which gave us more, you know. And as I said last week, you know, we was 1-0 up. I could have left it, but you know, I'd sooner lose something to try and get something, and I wanted to win the game. So we went 2 up front, but that suited us better, and that gave us an opportunity to get more opportunities on goal. So, you know, I think both teams done well on their homework. We done well on their own work. We knew that if we could defend the box well and break from it, we felt that we could counter-attack really well. And the second half we did. We didn't do it so well first half. Second half we did. We counter-attacked really well. So a little bit of cat and mouse between both teams, and you know, probably both teams just say, well, we're happy to get a point.
And there were more chances in the second half, weren't there? The keepers had to make some good saves, and there was some bright football, and you thought if you could have made it 2-0, probably would have gone on to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, I think there's a bit of cat and mouse between 2 teams. We thought they played 4-3-3, they played a diamond, so we changed to a diamond in the second half. That threw them out a little bit, and you know, it was really important that, you know, we didn't go flying into the ball, let them sort of get to our box, and we worked so hard in the week on being tight around our box and breaking quick, and you know, I thought we'd done that very well in the second half. But as I said, you know, Scotty, you know, I know he was not feeling great, which is why we were making the change, but if he stays on his feet, we'd have dealt with the cross, I feel, because we dealt with their crosses. They had 2 decent opportunities, I think, to score. The rest of it was long range stuff, so I was quite pleased with like the defending side of our game. I was quite pleased how we broke so quickly in the second half, but you know, needed another goal to try and kill the game off. But as I said, I can't be disappointed with the point.
All in all, a fantastic unbeaten run that the club are on at the moment, though, in the league.
It is. You know, the boys are, you know, marvellous, absolutely fantastic. You know, when I think that we have to change our team, you know, it just happens. You change your team, so you know, if the other two had been in, you know, I probably wouldn't even have messed about with our system. I'd have played it, you know, because they were doing the right job at the right time. But you know, we're away from home to a team with a great run that have beaten the previous leaders here, 2 previous leaders here. I can't be disappointed.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Simon.